Hi there. Hi CJ. Thanks for coming. It's Michelle Teberge and we are here for another work together session. So I'm really glad you could join me. And I think we have some new people coming. I know a friend of mine on Instagram said that she was hoping to make it. Anyway, it's just really, oh, sorry, I gotta turn the volume down. I have a laptop here so that I can check your comments out and respond to them as we go. Anyway, so let me explain how this works for those of you who haven't done it. And if you're watching this on the replay, there was a comment this week. Oh, I watched it for 45 really long minutes. And the point of this, hey, Lynn Rachel, yay, you made it, yippee. So this person was saying, I watched it for 45 minutes. And actually the point is not to watch this. So if you're looking for something to watch, I will link a playlist. There's a playlist called Unfolding of a Painting series where I do, I think, there's a number of episodes where I take you through the process of painting and what I'm doing and my thought process. That's something to watch. This is something where you bring your project and you do your project alongside the rest of us. So we're a community coming together to support each other. I don't know about you, but this time, as we go into, past 2 months of quarantining here in California, it's starting to wear on me. In the beginning, I was full of energy and had all this extra time, and my house was really clean, and my studio was clean. I scrubbed the floor, vacuumed, and now I'm sort of like just really needing to bring a lot to of energy to just get the basics done. So I'm grateful that you guys are here to work alongside me. Hi, Diane. Hi, Sarah. I'm so glad you guys are here. And I want to give a huge shout out to Catherine Waldman, who was here last week and sent me pictures of what she accomplished during our time together. There's a before and after of a work table that she cleared off. It was so inspiring and amazing, and I do invite any of you who would be willing to share with me, and I only share with my audience if you let me. I just asked her permission, she was fine with it, but just you can privately share with me anything that's going on with you around this work together. If you have a picture you want to share or just say hey or whatever, Instagram is a great way, or you can email me at info@themindfulartist.com. But that was super inspiring, and I did post it because she gave me permission and I thought it would inspire others. Certainly has inspired me. I have been I don't know, is this our 5th work together session? We've been doing this weekly for a while, and I've been working on my big shelf, which has been amazing, my shelf of my archives of my drawings and also materials. And that has been a super fruitful and exciting process and very inspiring to my current work, because looking back through the work and having that time to pull back has been great. So I am going to take a little break from that because my studio has gotten a little bit untidy, and I don't know if you can see here. This table's a mess. This is kind of a mess over here. And I'm, it's not unworkable, but I'm just a person who works best when I come into a clean space, and it just will be a good time for me. So I'll try and move the camera around at least. Again, you're working on your own project. This isn't a viewer activity. This is a participator activity. So here's how the format goes. What we do, oh shoot, here's my schedule. My schedule, okay, and it's in the description box below. If you're watching on the replay, you can follow along. I will have a timer going. If I'm moving the camera around, I won't always have to have the timer, but we do the Pomodoro timer system, which is 25-minute work segments with a 5-minute break. So what I encourage you to do is think about right now, just take a moment to think about what you want to accomplish today in this time frame, and be realistic. I am the worst for being unrealistic, thinking I can get more done than is possible in any time segment. So maybe, and gosh, I want to say just in general what I was describing earlier, my feelings. I know a lot of people are going through it. Tons of artist friends are having a hard time getting creative right now. Totally understandable. Let's be loving and kind and patient and gentle with ourselves right now. And one thing that I would recommend is just rationing those expectations way, way down. And if you want something humorous and fun to watch around this, the Holderness family vlog on YouTube, so funny. And they're just, I don't know, they're acting like they're not being productive, but they're churning out all these amazing, beautifully produced videos, but they're humorous about a family, you know, their personal family life in quarantine. And, you know, her sitting in the closet, like shoveling snacks into her mouth and crying, and, you know, him taping the camera over at the work Zoom meeting, and just, you know, funny, humorous, that helps us kind of get through this unusual time together. If those are the least of our problems, we are very fortunate at this time. So I wanted to say, so just ratchet your expectation down of what you might accomplish today. And if you would share it in the comments section, first of all, it would help the rest of us, and it also helps for you to be accountable to a group. So if you feel comfortable sharing what you're going to work on, I for sure love to hear it, and I know other people would benefit as well. So sometimes, you know, you might switch gears, and that's totally fine. There's no, you know, no one's getting on your case about this. Just do what you need to do, but it does help to have some kind of intention. And just a moment, just feel what it will feel like when you do have what you intend accomplished. And you might want to just bring up those feelings, like, I know when I get this studio clean, I'll just feel a sense of openness and ease. For me, the clutter is a little bit about a cluttered mind, and I have found it just harder yesterday in the studio, just harder to settle down, harder to focus. I was kind of all over the place. You know, again, I'm being gentle with myself around this. I know we're all going through quite an unusual circumstance and time, and you know, I'm cutting myself a lot of slack, but it does feel better to feel a little focused. So I'm just gonna feel that feeling of having a clean, organized space ready for action again this afternoon. So then, yeah, we're gonna take the short break, 5 minutes, and then we'll do another round. So we might go a little bit over an hour, and clearly you can come and go as you need to, but if you can stay an hour, that would be great. So let's set the timer and get started. I just wanted to show you something, especially those of you who follow me on Instagram. I've been working on this big painting, and these buckets on the floor are to hold the painting because I have to work on it flat. Yesterday I did a live Instagram, and I shared a little bit of my painting process with people. Anyway, I'm just moving these buckets for now, but in case that's a helpful tip. By the way, some people like it when I talk and sort of narrate, and so I do a little bit of that. Hey, welcome, Lucy. Oh, great. Lynn Rachel, pile stuff on desk, 45-degree angles, and download images to thumb drive. Right on. Anyway, so if you are a person who wants to work in silence and wants to just turn down the volume on this video and turn on music or white noise, whatever makes you happy and your brain able to focus best, feel free to do that. I will just do a little talking just so it's not a whole bunch of what we used to call in radio dead air. So, okay, have fun, get going. Oh, I wanted to give you guys another quick tip. So if you're distractible as I am, what helps is, I just saw this super glue and it's like, oh, I have to glue that plate back together. I got the super glue in the mail. And I was like, oh, I'll do that now. It's like, no, that's not what I intended. So I'm going to have a little piece of paper, a little notebook, journal, write down ideas that come up. And if you do get distracted, that's a helpful way to sort of keep focused, is to jot down the ideas that come up, and then you can set them aside and not worry about them. Okay, this is for Sarah, if you're listening. I have some of these I'm going to get rid of, and you can text me if you want them. I already emailed you some samples. This is potentially for you to use however, but these are the ones with the paper stuck to them, and I don't feel like trying to get the paper off, but they are kind of cool and sculptural. So I love these things. They're really cool. But I'm not going to use them, and I don't need them, and I don't feel like messing with them. I kept the ones that didn't have the paper on them, but if you want them, not that I'm trying to foist stuff on you, but just if you look at them and you're like, yes, I love them, let me know, okay? Actually, maybe I will keep them. I don't know. have what I hope to be a lifetime supply of silicone release paper. Ugh, it's so heavy I can barely lift it. The last roll I bought was from a really great art supply store in New York called New York Central. I bought a small roll and I finally ran out of it, and I use it as interleaving with acrylic based like those sheets that I made with the aluminum and acrylic and my pours and stuff, because most everything glassine, like glassine will stick to acrylic films. I had freezer paper where the back stuck, so the front side was slick, but the back stuck, and that's why those aluminum sheets got messed up. What else have I used? Plastic will imprint, so it'll, any crinkles in the plastic will make a texture on the surface of the acrylic paint. Anyway, silicone release paper will not do that. And so I bought this ginormous roll. It's super heavy from, can't remember the name of the place. Anyway, they use it, CPN or something. I don't know. Anyway, that's what this is. I'm going to open the box now. And on this work segment, we have nine more minutes on this segment, and then we'll take our 5-minute break. Wow. How'd you guys do with your first segment? Okay, I'm gonna set our timer for our little break. Take 5 minutes. So this is just based on science of how the brain works, and I found it to be incredibly helpful to take little breaks, especially with tasks like these. Sometimes when I'm in a creative space, and which is sort of a, you know, more right brain space of no time, I can't be stopped at any specific time, but for this type of task, it's helpful for me to stop and assess. So I'm going to think about what I got done, maybe have a sip of kombucha, and prepare myself for the next one. And if you've been hunched over something, maybe you want to stretch, open up your shoulders, your back, roll your head, whatever. All right. Hey, Laura. It looks like you got some stuff done. That's great. So yeah, I mean, you saw what I did, but I'm going to recount for myself. Hope you don't mind. So I just put a lot of stuff away, recycling, made some decisions, and then kind of backpedaled on them. So I have these were a material I developed, and Lynn, Rachel, and I were in a show at the DeRosa Center for Art, I think they call it now, and she might remember that big piece I did called Sea of Connections with this. Anyway, I had excess material. It took me a long time to make these, and that's why I think I'm hesitating, and it's a lot of materials too, a lot of pouring medium, a lot of string gel, and they're just cool. They're like sculptural acrylic aluminum sheets. I really like them. So I'm not sure. I think I might hold on to them because they don't take a ton of space. Anyway, whoa. Oh no, sorry, I just hit the like sample timer. That's the white-crowned sparrow, by the way. I like to make my own sounds, especially nature sounds for my timers. Anyway, so back to my ramblings about this material. Because it took so long and the back is fine, I could use them for something else, so I think I'm gonna save them, and that's what I'm cutting the silicone release sheets so that they will have interleaving that won't stick to them and leave paper residue on them. So I could paint this side, or even might want to use them without color, just silver. I'll hold on to them a little bit longer. You never know. I feel like a change is about to happen in my practice. I've been working a lot on paintings, and I did a bunch of printmaking too last year. So a lot of 2D, works on paper, works on panel, and I think the part of me that likes to work a little more three-dimensionally is rising to the surface and wanting to be answered. So I think I'm going to hold on to these until I'm 100% sure that they're not going to come up in some other form. I tend to be on the side of purger, you know, just getting rid of a lot of stuff, and I sometimes regret it, but mostly I'm happy to just be lighter and freer and have less stuff to move around and think about and wonder where it is. Okay. So, anyone else want to check in and how you guys are doing? So yeah, I did, you know, just tidying, recycling, moving that big roll up on the table. I was impressed with my strength that I got that up there. I don't know how much it weighs, but it's really heavy. My husband even didn't like lifting it. Diane asks, what type of material is it? Are you talking about the thing on the roll or this that I made? Let me know, and I will gladly respond to your query. You got your table in order. We'll do the fun thumb drive now. Find computer workout. What you made. Oh yeah, Diane. So this is, if you look on my website under installations, there's a piece called Sea of Connections, and you can see how I used it. And I also do have a video on YouTube, very early days of doing YouTube videos, where I actually showed how I collaged these together. But I made these by using heavy duty, just aluminum foil, not anything special, just what you can get at the grocery store. And I made a mixture of string gel and pouring medium, and I coated them so they got this, acrylic kind of plasticky coating. So acrylics are so versatile in the sense that they're an extremely flexible paint film. And I had to sand the aluminum first to get it to adhere. Anyway, so I use these as sort of a collage element. And they comprise the whole piece. But yeah, check out the piece, Sea of Connections. My website is michelletubers.com. I always link my website below. So anyway, thank you, Lynn Rachel. She said she liked the movement and light on that piece. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to set our next Pomodoro. So those of you who are on a time schedule might have to set your own timer, because we are going to go over precisely 1 hour. We're going to go more like an hour and 15. So I'm going to start the timer. Let's get back to it, people. All right. Thank you again for being here and working with me. I love it. I love working with you. It helps me so much. You don't know. Okay. Back to cutting silicone release paper. I'm going to turn on some tunes because I feel like I need a little entertainment while I do a mundane routine task. By the way, if you were at the first one, I played music for you guys, and then YouTube has a way of like passing videos through a filter, and it was, Archer Rubinstein's Chopin Nocturnes, and I got a ding like, oh, you can't use copyrighted material. So I'm going to have headphones on. Not trying to like shut you guys out. It's just I want to hear music, and I cannot play it on a YouTube video without a copyright infringement. Oops. just want to let you guys know we have 6.5 minutes left on this segment, and obviously you can keep working as long as you want, but if you're on a time frame or if this is going to be the end, you might start wrapping up your project. I know sometimes if I don't wrap up, I end up just with a huge mess that I don't have time to deal with, and I feel a little overwhelmed. So just, if that helps, just know we've got 6.5 minutes. So actually, I am going to do a little more tidying because this project could go on for hours cutting this silicone release paper, and I'm gonna, listening to my tunes, I might be able to keep doing it, but this tidying, I might be like, ugh. So I'm gonna tidy while you guys are here to be with me for tidy time. Like I'm ignoring you. I am here. I am doing stuff. I'm just doing it on this table right now. How many of you guys have a hard time throwing things like this away? Am I the only one? Here's like these little, I have no idea what they're for. They're 2 pieces of foam core that were glued together. But you know, like sometimes you're like, I just need a little shim, or I need a little something. I'm throwing this out. I don't know when I'm gonna need it again, but it just too many little things like that. I could keep everything and never throw anything out. Do later. Recycling. Okay. Sweep up this table. Oh, where's my little sweeper? Did I already bring it up? Oh, I did bring it over here already. Sorry, just talking to myself. Ignore me. Oh my gosh, there's so many fun comments on there. I can't wait to read them, but I have to keep working. I only have a few minutes left. Excited to hear what you've been writing. So what I'm going to do now, just because I know some of you have to leave and I do want to do a little check-in on the comments. So, and this applies if you're watching in replay too. So, for instance, Lynn Rachel said, I'm making my first ebook. And I'm like, Lynn Rachel, would you mind sharing your website address with us? And anyone else who has a web site, put it here in the comments so we can get to know each other. That would be wonderful. My website is in the description box below. So it's just, there's just such an amazing community here. I had someone comment the other day and then I went to look at their work and I'm like, wow, what great work. So it's just, I'm so grateful to get to know all of you guys. And I know some of you are at the beginning of your art journey and some are very established longtime artists and everything in between. So I welcome and enjoy the presence of all of you as part of this community. Thank you guys so much. Why did my timer hasn't gone off? Oh, there it is. That's so funny. I'm psychic. Anyway, there's a white crowned sparrow to say that our second segment of work today has ended. And I was just reviewing my little notes, and again, all this is written in the description box, but I wrote something that I thought was kind of sweet. Reflect on what you accomplished and how it felt to work today. Write a little love note to yourself, congratulating yourself. Isn't that sweet? I think I need to do that for myself. I make these ideas for other people, but I need them. So, especially now, because, you know, I am just noticing this week hasn't, you know, up until this week, I felt like pretty even killed, and I'm having a little harder time getting stuff done. And like I said, I'm trying to just lower my expectations. It's hard for me. I want to be able to keep up the same level that I normally do, but I have to acknowledge that this is not normal times. So anyway, so I'm going to make a little love note to myself after we finish up here. And another little tip, if you're doing an ongoing project like I have been doing, if you have to go now, leave a post-it note for yourself, because sometimes you don't know, especially you parents out there, you don't know when you're going to get back to this. Write yourself a little post-it and say, this is where I left off, because there's nothing more frustrating than coming back and saying, did I do this already? Where am I with this project? So I have little post-it notes and I just plop them, you know, on boxes or on paintings or whatever. It's like, this is what's next to do. So let's see here. I got it, Lynn Rachel. Ciao. I think in Italian it's spelled C-I-A-O. Right? Ciao. Ciao, bellissima. I've got a box of those might need items, says Laura. Lots of it was packing materials for something I bought. Packing materials I do keep because they do ship stuff. And who wants to have to buy that stuff? It's not even good for the environment. So, and plus I also just give it to my husband, who's in the same building, in the same warehouse building. He has his own spaces and he ships all the time. He's a vintage guitar dealer. So anyway, let's see. Lucy, I'm always cleaning and miss these tips from you. Yay! Lucy, thank you. Thank you guys so much. You're the best. I feel like I could do this every single day with you, honestly. Let me know, please, any feedback, and you can email it to me. You can put it in the comments. How is this working? How could it be improved? I'm just winging it here. It's very, you know, I just set the structure, but if there's any ways you think this could be enhanced or changed to make it a better experience for all of us, hey, please let me know. You can email me at info@themindfulartist.com. You can send me a message on Instagram. And remember, I really would totally love to see any pictures, whether you were drawing or painting or working just you at your desk. I mean, a lot of you I've never met, I've never seen you before. So send me pictures. If you want to be super rad like Carolyn, was it Carolyn, right? Waldman. She sent me her before and after pictures. That was just, again, super inspiring, and I was so happy that she let me share it. So that's another place to connect with me. In the meantime, so the next one, oh my gosh, I already set the next one, and you can mark your calendars now if you want to join us. Wait, hold on a minute. Today, I have to work this around. I share this space with two wonderful artists, and we are social distancing. So our schedule changes week to week. That's why I don't know what's going on. Okay, so I have 26. I have, oh, I guess it's gonna be Thursday. I don't know. Maybe we'll do Tuesday again, because I don't want to wait a whole week. So we'll do this exact same time. Tuesday. It's gonna be June 2nd already. We're already hitting June, my birthday month. Yay! My birthday is June 20. Just in case you wanted to know. Anyway, let's do 9:30 or 10:30 Pacific time, June 2nd, and I will announce it on social media. I announce it on Instagram, in the feed. I do it in the stories. I'll do it in the feed this time because Lynn Rachel wasn't clear, and it would have been easier for her to find. So, and I also do it in the Facebook stories and the feed. Let me know where you're finding out about these. Also, any other, hints on how to get the word out. Tell your friends. More the merrier. All right. Have a great week. I will see you next time, hopefully. Take care. Bye.